we need to talk about this video that 6 Democrat lawmakers put together, all of whom served in the military, telling people in the intelligence community and military members that they can and should defy an unlawful order. Now, under the military code of justice, you're supposed to defy a lawful order. Here's the problem. In that video, which is 60 seconds long, they all talked about their credentials, talked about what the duties and obligations are if you're in the military, and never said what the illegal order that Donald Trump is giving or might give that they should defy. Here again is the video in question.
I'm Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly.
Representative Chris Deluzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow.
I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
And the intelligence community.
Who take risks each day
To keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
And intelligence community professionals
against American citizens.
like us. You all swore an oath
To protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad.
But from right here at home.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law.
Or our Constitution.
We know this is hard.
And that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
In the Army.
Our Navy.
The Air Force.
Your vigilance is critical.
and know that we have your back.
Because now, more than ever,
The American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws,
Our Constitution.
And who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
don't give up.
don't give up the ship.
Now, notice no specific illegal order was mentioned. Again, the Uniform Military Code of Justice requires you to defy an illegal order. So this is not anything new. Where was such a video when Biden was president? Just informing them of their rights and obligations. President Trump, on Truth Social, not too surprisingly, was steamed. This is probably the most egregious act of Trump derangement syndrome we've seen so far, and we've seen a bunch of them. Trump said on Truth Social, it's called seditious behavior at the highest level. Each of these traitors to our country should be arrested and put on trial. Their words cannot be allowed to stand. We won't have a country anymore. An example must be set. Pete Hex has called this Stage 4 TDS. And Missouri Senator Eric Schmidt wrote on X, quote, they're mad at the American people because they chose Trump, and now they're calling on the military and the intelligence community to intervene. Sounds a little subversive to democracy-ish. Easy for you to say. Lindsey Graham said, I find no evidence that President Trump or anyone in your chain of command has issued an unlawful order to you. Graham said he would write a letter to lawmakers asking them to explain exactly what illegal order they have in mind. Here is what Stephen Miller said about what I'm calling an insurrection video, number 95.
It is insurrection, plainly, directly, without question. And when you have one of the lawmakers on that video being unable to state in, as you say, lengthy cross-examination, a single so-called illegal order, it just proves the point. It's a general call for rebellion from the CIA and the armed services of the United States by Democrat lawmakers, saying that you have not only the right but the duty and the obligation to defy orders of the commander-in-chief, that those who carry weapons in America's name should defy their chain of command and engage in open acts of insurrection, that the CIA, the clandestine service, which isn't even legally authorized to operate in the United States, should engage in, again, acts of rebellion and insurrection. These lawmakers should honestly resign in disgrace and never return to public office again, for even daring to think, let alone to say these words and to say them proudly. But it shows what a dangerous moment we're in. We have seen the Democratic Party nurse the flames of violence and insurrection against the federal government for the last 10 months. When you see this continuous campaign of violence against ICE officers and Border Patrol agents, when you see Democrat sanctuary politicians and Democrat sanctuary governors side with the rioters, side with the assaulters over federal law enforcement, and that spills even into juries and grand juries, when you see Democrat jurors engage in nullification to let off violent attackers who are engaging in physical violence, physical assault against federal officers. This is a dangerous moment. You have a political party, an organization, the Democrat Party, and their message is that any action, no matter how unlawful, no matter how dangerous, no matter how much it threatens constitutional order, is justified if it keeps Democrat policies in effect at any cost.
Now, over the last 10 years, what have we seen? We've seen the raid at Mar-a-Lago. We've seen lawfare against Donald Trump, whether it's Alvin Bragg, whether it's Fonnie Lewis, whether it's Jack Smith, the accusation that somehow he was engaging in insurrection on January 6th, that he had unlawful possession of classified documents, that somehow he was engaging in election interference in Georgia. We've seen the Russia collusion 2.5-year BS. We've seen 2 impeachments. But this is a new low. Telling members of the intelligence community and military members to defy, quote, an unlawful order, close quote, without specifying what unlawful order the president has given
I'm Senator
or may
Alyssa.
give. Unbelievable. And here is what Chuck Schumer said in response to what Trump said, number 94.
Mr. President,
Democrat leaders recognized.
earlier today, Donald Trump shared a post on Truth Social calling for Democratic members of Congress to be hanged. He also posted a message that said, seditious behavior, punishable by death. Let's be crystal clear. The President of the United States is calling for the execution of elected officials. This is an outright threat, and it's deadly serious. We have already seen what happens when Donald Trump tells his followers that his political opponents are enemies of the state.
Okay.
Every
All
time.
right. When we come back, one of those in this video had an interview on Fox, Martha McCollum, and she asked him at least 3 or 4 times, what specific act, unlawful order, has Donald Trump given? And the only thing he said was what happened in Lafayette Park. We'll talk about that after you listen to the exchange between McCollum and this member of the House, who's one of the 6 Democrat lawmakers who are urging members of the military to disobey an unlawful order without specifying what unlawful order they have in mind.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.